Good morning, friends, and welcome to Trans India. Real people, real emotions. Friends, we often see huge trailers on the road, 40 feet trailers, and so many other applications. You have your bulkers, you have your tankers. So while companies give you the prime mover, the trailers often are built outside the OEM facility. Today we have with us Mr. Rajeev Batra from Tata International Vehicle Applications, also known as TIVA, which was formerly known as Tata DLT. This company has been in the business of manufacturing trailers and other applications for a long time. Rajeev will tell us more about how the trailer business has changed over the years and what was the need to change from Tata DLT to TIVA, and also what are the future plans of the trailer segment. It's coming up after this very short break, our interaction with Rajeev Batra from TIVA.
स्कूल बच्चों का दूसरा घर होता है और इस घर का ख्याल रखना एक प्रिंसिपल के लिए आसान नहीं। पढ़ाई के साथ बच्चों का आराम, उनकी सेफ्टी, छोटी से छोटी चीज़ मेरी प्रायोरिटी है। वैसे ही स्कूल बस चुनना भी एक बहुत बड़ा डिसीजन था। पेरेंट्स का पीस ऑफ माइंड, मैनेजमेंट का भरोसा और बजट साथ लिए चलना पड़ता है। इसीलिए कभी कभी फर्म भी बनना पड़ता है। आखिर कोई अपने बच्चों की जिम्मेदारी मुझे दे रहा है तो कोई बजट की। लेकिन इतने सालों में एक चीज़ समझ आई है, अगर सही डिसीजन लें तो सबसे ज़्यादा प्यार भी प्रिंसिपल को ही मिलता है।
चुनिए महिंद्रा क्रूजियर स्कूल बसेस। यह है मजबूत ट्यूबुलर स्ट्रक्चर, एंटी लॉक ब्रेकिंग, एंटी रोल बार, पैराबोलिक सस्पेंशन, आईमैक्स, वाइडर सीट्स और बेस्ट इन क्लास माइलेज के साथ बच्चों के लिए सेफ और बाकी सब के लिए सबसे स्मार्ट चॉइस, महिंद्रा क्रूजियर स्कूल बस।
Welcome back, friends, to Trans India. Real people, real emotions. We are in conversation today with Rajeev Batra from TIVA, who tells us more about the trailer business. Rajeev, we have always known your company as Tata DLT, and now it is transformed to TIVA. What is the reason for this very significant move?
Yeah, Girish, first of all, thanks for inviting me. But for understanding this fact, we have to go a little bit in the past. From the inception of this company. So basically this company started in 2006, and that time one of the senior leader of Tata Motors has told in our board, which is the part of the board member of Tata International, that look, OEMs are working very hard on on the technology of prime movers, but no one is focusing on the trailer part as far as the technology is concerned. And that time it was totally unorganized sector and without any regulation, design, everything. And the performance of the prime mover totally depends, not totally, it's a kind of the better half of the trailer. So trailer performance also affects on the prime mover's performance. So the concept has started from that day, means why we cannot go with some global player who can provide us the right technology for manufacturing trailers. And Tata International has taken this initiative. And they find out the global leader, this is DLT, it's a Dutch Lankan trailer, it's a Colombo-based company. And they have done the tie-up with them to provide the design technology for the trailer manufacturing in India. And from there, the business has started, Tata International and DLT 50-50 joint venture. And that time we have given the name of Tata DLT. Since that time, it was going on as a Tata DLT, but over the period in between 2011 and 12, DLT was also acquired by another Tata group of company, that is TRF. This is Jamshedpur-based company. So now you can say from 2011 or 12 onward, it's a 50-50 JV between two Tata group of company. So DLT owned by TRF and Tata International already had that share. So that was going on since 2012, and it's going on well. In 2021, being a same group of companies are having the two different companies of the same group having the one business, that was a group initiative. Why not we wind up with run by the one company? So Tata International acquired the 100% DLT share of India.
Okay.
DLT is still running in Colombo under the umbrella of TRF. So that was the case which started in 2021. But as for the mutual understanding, we can continue with the brand name of DLT in India. That is still with us only. But there was, DLT Colombo is doing the overseas business and they are having very good market reputation all over the world with the brand name of DLT. And we would also like to go in the global market. So it will be, the brand clash will be there.
Right.
So we will go with the DLT in outside and they will also continue with the DLT. So we have decided why not we develop our own brand which will be different than the DLT, so that this particular single brand we can do domestic business as well as overseas business. So because of that, we have changed the company name. This is Tata International Vehicle Applications, and with the short of this Tata International Vehicle Applications are TIVA. So now we are developing our own brand TIVA, which will work in India as well as overseas.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah.
So, Rajeev, what are the current products in the company portfolios?
Look, in last 7-8 years, we have developed almost all range of the trailers, except we are not in the petroleum products like LPG and propylene transportation, because that is altogether different business as far as regulation is concerned. But for those products also, we are providing the running gears to the players, those who are manufacturing LPG tanker and propylene tanker. But other than that, means you say the name of the product in the trailer segment, we are having that in our kitty. The bulkers, strip trailers, car carriers, flatbed, skeletal and sidewall are the quite common. So these all 6-7 trailers which is required in the industry, we are having in our kitty, and we are doing business every year in all these segments.
Okay.
So only tanker we would not like to go enter in that, being various reasons. But there also we are providing the running gears.
Okay. So with this entire product portfolios, which are the products which are doing better than the others in terms of volumes?
Market basically trailer segment. It depends on 3 major commodities. One is the steel, second is the cement, and third is the container business. So definitely flatbed, skeletal, sidewall trailers are dominating this market. And of course now aggregators also started because of the infrastructure boost. So that is also going in the sidewall trailers. So 60% trailers under these 3 categories only. 40% is coming under the category of trip trailers, bulkers, car carriers, etc. Trip trailer shift has happened drastically in last couple of years because of the high demand in coal. So earlier it was in the rigid body of tippers, now shifted to tip trailers. Bulkers came up in the market product, that is also shifted to the for the trailers. So these 2 segments basically changed the slight game of the trailers business, which was not the part of in the past.
Okay.
So now tip trailers and bulkers are the additional trailer business you can see in the industry.
Right. But have you seen a shift towards the organized players like yourself?
Look, there is a big debate we can do sometime other time on the organized and unorganized player. I have a different opinion. My opinion is that there is no unorganized player.
Okay.
They are also part of our economy, and as many people told you in the previous interviews also, that they are the bone of the Indian industry in any of the segment you can say. Only thing which I have concern with the unorganized player, they should not play with the regulations and they should not play with the ethics.
Right.
Otherwise, if they are not having very rosy infrastructure, they are not having big CEOs, and they are not having the capacity of manufacturing 100 odd trailers, I can't consider them the unorganized player. If they are putting 7, 8, 10 trailers, I am having full respect for them. Other than they should follow the regulations and ethics. Now come to the point how they are being a challenge for the organized player. So I don't think there is any challenge for us because the cake size is too big. Last year 55,000 was the TIV of tractor. Even more than that, so around 57,000. It's such a big cake size. Not a single means whatever the organized players are available, they cannot feed the market. They don't have that much of capacity. So until these players, the small players, I will not use the word unorganized, I will say the small players, if they will not play the role, this industry will not get the products. But of course, organized players, the bigger players are expanding their wings, and definitely they are eating some portion of their cake. Earlier in 2014, when I have joined this TIVA, that time it was 85% was the small players and 15% was the bigger players. Today, ratio has reduced to 65-35. So things are changing, but of course, I can say there is no challenge for the bigger players as far as cake size is too big.
But would your quality be comparatively better than the smaller players?
Of course.
So that difference is
yeah. You cannot comparison with the Mercedes with the other players. Yeah, there will be difference. And for that, we are demanding some premium also, and people are ready to pay that premium. I have again utilized this session to say to my all stakeholders, especially to my customers, we are not demanding premium on the basis of that we are Tatas. Yeah, we are demanding premium on the basis of our processes and quality.
Absolutely. So, Rajeev, what is your current capacity?
Look, we can count our capacity in two ways. One way is that standard unit measurement. So, standard unit measurement, I can say, is standard sidewall trailers. If we produce only this product, our all 5 units can produce 1,000 trailers per month. But as I mentioned you, nowadays the mix and match is going on. A lot of product mix is there. So by bulker, we are producing the same capacity, tip trailers, car carriers, bigger trailers like this. And we are doing some business with the OEMs like Sandvik, Matso. So by that way, my capacity has reduced to 700 numbers per month. And fortunately, we are doing almost at par to our capacity.
Nice. Rajeev, you've been in this space for quite some time now. What significant changes have you seen in the trailer design?
Too much, I can say. Really, I can't believe such kind of changes I didn't expect when I was joined in 2014. I'll tell you, means 2014-15, we were designing the product which can carry 70 ton to 80 ton payload. And we were worried how much steel we can put in our trailer so that it can carry that much of ton of load, and that was the demand of the market. And we have launched the product, I remember in 2016, named as the Mega Loader, and we were doing the marketing for that. It can carry 70 ton payload. So now this 70 ton payload is now the history, so no one can carry that much of load. Now people are thinking how much trailer weight can be reduced. So that is the basically part of TCU. And steel is playing major factor in this. But I'll say over and above the steel, there is a design optimization is the best way to reduce the weight. Most of the players, people are just thinking if you change from normal ST50 to Domex or Domex to Hardux, it will play the role for the weight reduction. Yes, it can be. It will. But there is a cost impact is also there in that case. But companies who is working in the trailer manufacturing has to be more focused on design optimization and reduce the weight by doing the software analysis, FEA analysis, so that weight will also get reduced, and the cost reduction which you will get due to this design optimization can pass on to the end customer. So product cost will go down, weight will go down, and that will be the win-win situation, solution for transporter as well as manufacturer. Over and above, you can say the steel is the factor, and there also there is no significant cost involvement is there. We have data that 10 to 12% weight can be reduced by adding of 5 to 6% cost. So again, over the period, you can, if you evaluate and calculate, you will find this is a better solution. So if the design optimization, steel alteration, this can be give the best solution to the end customer. This is a technological change. Right. Two other things which has changed drastically in last few years. One is that braking system, and that is because of one is the initiative taken by the government in 2016 by implementing AIS 113. Unfortunately, that has to be spread all over India in a big way. It will take some time, but at least people now having the awareness. If we are having the ABS in our braking system, it will be safer, and it give at least 7 to 8% tire life also more. So this is that thing has happened in the braking system, technological change. Third thing, which is again that is the suspension part. In 2019, when Morth has increased the payload, axle load, that time they have given the one verdict that if you put the air suspension, it will give you extra 1 ton payload. That is a drastic change in industry, because one is that we in the past we were having the impression air suspension only in the Volvo buses, but now you see the trailers are running with the air suspension. That is a drastic change happened in the industry. Of course, there is a one reason behind this, they are getting the extra operational advantage, but nevertheless, it is helping to the industry. It's good. So air suspension is the drastic change we have seen. Rated load and the lightest trailer is the second technological change we have seen, and the braking system.
स्कूल बच्चों का दूसरा घर होता है, और इस घर का ख्याल रखना एक प्रिंसिपल के लिए आसान नहीं। पढ़ाई के साथ बच्चों का आराम, उनकी सेफ्टी, छोटी से छोटी चीज़ मेरी प्रायोरिटी है। वैसे ही स्कूल बस चुनना भी एक बहुत बड़ा डिसीजन था। पेरेंट्स का पीस ऑफ माइंड, मैनेजमेंट का भरोसा और बजट साथ लिए चलना पड़ता है। इसीलिए कभी कभी फर्म भी बनना पड़ता है। आखिर कोई अपने बच्चों की जिम्मेदारी मुझे दे रहा है तो कोई बजट की। लेकिन इतने सालों में एक चीज़ समझ आई है, अगर सही डिसीजन लें तो सबसे ज्यादा प्यार भी प्रिंसिपल को ही मिलता है।
चुनिए महिंद्रा क्रूजियर स्कूल बसेस। यह है मजबूत ट्यूबुलर स्ट्रक्चर, एंटी लॉक ब्रेकिंग, एंटी रोल बार, पैराबोलिक सस्पेंशन, IMAX, वाइडर सीट्स और बेस्ट इन क्लास माइलेज के साथ बच्चों के लिए सेफ और बाकी सबके लिए सबसे स्मार्ट चॉइस, महिंद्रा क्रूजियर स्कूल बस।
Rajeev, when this axle load norms were revised, so did you have to go back to the drawing board and redesign your trailers, or it just went with the same specs?
Ideally, it should be. But as I mentioned you earlier, trailers were running without any norms, means 16 ton, 17 ton. So all trailer manufacturers were keeping at least 25 to 30% factor of safety. So if it is increased by 8 to 10% or 12%, it hardly matters on the design. But even we have reduced further our design. We have not increased because we understood now industry will not go beyond this. So not only we have increased our our factor of safety, but we have reduced that because by norms now people are running the vehicles in a very rated load.
That's wonderful. Rajeev, we have seen in the last few years there's been a shift from the cowl trucks to a completely factory-built trucks, and transporters are preferring that. How significant is this change?
It is very important as far as safety is the concern. Though it's nothing to be related with the trailer business, but in my personal opinion, most of the accidents happened because the collapse of the cabin, and government is now quite rigid to follow the norms for manufacturing of the cabin. So there are very few vendors are available in India who can provide homologation passed cabins to the OEMs. So OEMs has decided to, instead of go with the cowl only, they are providing their own cabins which are meeting the safety requirements. And over the period you will see it will come out from the vendors also. But cowl is really not a right solution, because if people will play in this safety norms, it may be disaster for the safety.
And I think from what we've seen in the last few years is the government is very serious about safety now. So do you also have some kind of regulations where you have to follow these safety norms? Is there some kind of a thing for trailers also?
It's a very touchy subject, and it is very near to my heart, because safety is really, being a Tata company, is the prime most importance for that. Not only in the factory itself, but outside the factory also. So here I would like to say government has done their job, means they have implemented AIS 113 code. and that is 85% is related to the safety norms only. Only 50% you can say on the performance side, but 85% is the safety norms. So this is the onus on trailer manufacturer, and I request to transport fraternity also to don't compromise on this. Earlier means the ABS cost was quite high. Means yesterday I was telling to during the CVF discussion that WAPCO ZF has done the quite good job to reduce the cost of ABS, and now it's quite reasonable and affordable to the transporters. So when we are putting ABS in the prime movers, which is now mandatory, the similar thing should be mandatory in the trailers also. So this is the very least cost impact, but the huge safety impact. And one incident which really hurts me, 2-3 months back, there was one accident happened in the Mumbai-Pune expressway. So one trailer was standing and one car hit from the backside, and that was a hatchback car, and 50% of that car underride the trailer, and all 3 people were died. That is the only mistake one has done by manufacturing the trailers. He does not follow the RUPD height. RGPD is the rear underdrive protection device. If that would have happened in the right sizes, that car may not go underride the trailer.
Right.
So thus, and it is neither is required any cost impact, nor it is a very hi-fi technology. It's just the follow the norms. So my request to all trailer manufacturer as well as transport fraternity to don't compromise on safety norms.
Absolutely. Rajeev, what are the future plans of TIVA from here on? Are you going to stick to the transport business, or you plan to expand beyond that as well?
So TIVA, we are having very diversified plans. I will say diversification in 3 ways. First, diversification of our existing business with the customer base. So in customer base, we are working with the OEMs like Tata Motors. We are working directly with the fleet owners. We are working with some OEMs which are not in the transport business, but they're having the different business like Sandvik and Metso. Fourth customer base which you are looking, that is the defense. So defense is the area you can say is really the virgin area as far as trailer is the concern. Very few companies are connected with the defense people, and they also don't have much awareness who else can provide them the right product. So that is the diversification in the customer base. Second is the geography diversification. So we are dominating in India, but now we are exploring overseas also. So we are targeting Africa market as well as Bangladesh market. Third diversification which we are looking, second diversification we are looking for the business. Trailer business is dependent on the automobile commercial vehicle business, and there is our cyclical business. You will find up and downs every time. So here we are targeting to enter in a business which we are expecting by listening many times to our Honorable Fourth Minister Mr. Gadkari on the vehicle scrappage. So with the help of thanks to Tata Motors, we are going to become their franchisee, and we are going to setting up a vehicle scrappage facility in Pune, and that will be the diversified business for us. Initially, we will start with the Pune facility, and over the period, we will see where else we can set up the similar facilities.
So when can we expect this first scrappage yard to be ready?
We are targeting December 2023, but to be very honest, 1 month here and there can be possible.
Absolutely. Rajeev, you've done a lot of study in the trailer segment. What new products do you think can be the future?
Look, as I mentioned you, many things already happened in the industry. Air suspension, ABS, high tensile steel. In future, if you just imagine what is happening in Europe, and that is more about the safety norms. So one is that kind of the intelligent trailer which can give you more safety features like pedestrian detection, sleep detection, such kind of thing comes under the ADAS also, but that is not available right now in the commercial vehicle industry. This is more towards the passenger vehicles. Okay. So this is the one thing. Second thing which is really pending as far as the new product in the concern in the industry, that is the road train process. So already Gazette has been declared by the government in 2021, if I am not wrong. But still the homologation process is not in the picture. So we are ready with the design, and we are talking with the agencies, those who can give us the homologation certification. They are saying we are still waiting from the guidelines from the central government. So if that will come, then you can say 23 meter length of the trailer can be suitable for the Indian roads, and in that you can use 2 trailers with a single prime mover. It will help us for the emission also. Yeah, you can carry more load and more products with a 1 prime mover. So these things are pending from the new product point of view. Another thing I would like to use this point to share this trailer registration. Prime mover registration along with the trailer is going on nowadays. But again, the government has already cleared that you can go with the separate registration also. But because of lack of awareness in the transport fleet owners, on the RTOs, it is still not happening. So I believe that will be also the benchmark for, will create the benchmark for the industry in comparison to Europe, that if we start doing the registration of trailer separately and prime mover separately.
Right, wonderful. Well, friends, that was Mr. Rajeev Batra from Tata International Vehicle Applications, or TIVA as it will be known. Just to add a bit of information here from where Rajeev ended, there are a couple of transport companies who are using the coupling-decoupling model for trailers. This has been happening on the long-haul movement, and we hope more transporters can pick this up and make their business more efficient and more profitable. Thank you so much, Rajeev. And friends, you have been watching Trans India. We'll be back again next week. Until next week, take care. Jai Hind.